Hello, hi. So today's day three of our series for Mastermind Impact. Today I'm going to talk about how you can actually um, start planning and organize yourself. So actually organizing yourself. So by organizing, I mean you create a plan and then work your plan. I think we've had of that saying that if you don't have a plan, you just go anywhere, or a ship without a rudder will just go anywhere. I had that fracture from the Dale Carnegie, I think, book. So anyway, going back to this is we need to have a plan in order to work that plan to help us get to accomplish the goal that we'd like to do. So by that, I mean that we'll create a plan, we'll use some tools to help us do that. In this case, I'm going to recommend, a free tool, which is usually like a Google Sheet. And if you don't have any of the other paid ones. So some of the paid ones would include something like Excel spreadsheet or Trello. I personally haven't used Trello. I want to actually test it out, but I've heard it's a great tool also. The good thing about Trello, I hear it's a very team-based. In other words, the team can see where they are if you have a team, and everyone be able to determine, where people are. Me, in my background, I've managed projects of different sizes with hospitals. My background is in healthcare. I've been a healthcare consultant, project and program manager, and actually I was really started out also technical. So having said that, I have managed, created, project plans in different tools. You can also use Microsoft Project if you want to. It's a little bit more detailed and a little bit complicated if you haven't used it. So really a simple tool is enough if you're doing your business. So coming back to that, how you do start is you start with knowing, creating rather some columns. You create a column where you at least can name what the task will be. And then this is really at the simplest form. And then you create a start date and then an end date of what the task should be. So by each of those, you determine what tasks you need to accomplish within that time frame. Remember in the prior video, I talked about breaking up your goal at least in the best ways quarterly, okay? So that you break it up in 3 months, or a total of 12 weeks, or a total of, say, 4 weeks for each month, okay? So once you do that, I would suggest you create like a kind of phased approach where you do it. Phase 1 is month 1, phase 2 is month 2, and phase 3 is month 3. You could also say phase 1, especially if you're starting like right now. Phase 1 is 4 weeks, phase 2 is week 8, and so on. And then phase 3 would be, starting from the next after 8 weeks, 13th week up to till the next week, which would be, sorry, actually, anyway, the phase that you start the third set of your 4 weeks, okay? That is where you start. So that would be 9 weeks. So having said that, once you do that, then you determine, at least in each of the phases where you are, what tasks you want to accomplish within that time frame. Again, remember I said let's reverse kind of engineer what it is you want to attain. So if we know at the end of the second month, in this case I'm giving like February, we want to accomplish, again using the prior examples I gave, accomplished by creating maybe another 1,000 of revenue, or having lost a total of say 10 pounds by the end of the second week, then we reverse engineer and say, hey, if I'm getting that, what at the very minimum, because sometimes you have to have, you give yourself a leeway or runway. Sometimes you may work more, you may get more, and sometimes a week may not. But in order to compensate for that, then you have to move your goal to the next week in this case. But I'm going to use the example where we are going with every week we're setting the goal that we would like. Okay. So again, I gave the week of 4 weeks, $1,000. That brings it to $200 each week. Okay, that we have to get as far as revenue. And then losing pounds, it would be 2.5 if you want to lose 10 pounds, just approximately around that amount. Okay. So, and then you determine, the task that you're going to do, and therefore what activities under that task that you need to do. And by that, I mean that, um, you know, for the revenue, whatever it is you're offering, what are you going to do? Are you going to reach out to, your customers, or your leads, or potential people that will help you get to that you can really service and offer that your services in order for them to exchange and, pay you for that. And then if it's losing weight, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing your exercises? For example, you can paste it out. You say every 2 days, maybe I'll take a swift walk, either with your dog or just by yourself. And then every other day, perhaps I'll be running, so that you again change it up and make it interesting for you so you don't give it up. It doesn't become boring. Maybe I'll walk in nature. Maybe I'll ride a bike. Maybe I'll ride a horse, or whatever it is that you do. Okay. Um, and remember, I said you have to put a start and end date. So make sure that for each you create an end date. By the end date, I mean, it helps you know that you do have a term limit. And by term limit, that really helps for all of us actually to ensure that we accomplish what we've set out. Because if you just leave it open-ended, usually we'll end up not accomplishing that because we know, oh, we still have time. Okay. So remember to always have a start date of when you want to start your activity and the time by which you want to accomplish it, which would be the end date. So, those are my tips for today. I hope that you got something out of it. Again, when you are in my mastermind group, I will give you some templates relating to something like this, and you'd be able, of course, we would walk through that. I'll be able to help you. However, right now, I leave you with that tip. I do hope that you take the time today to create that for yourself. I do also, however, if you'd like, to join me in my mastermind, I would like to invite you. I do give a bit more and we go in depth with that. Additionally, if you also would like a one-to-one, I dedicate the day to you, or the time, and we go over that. I guide you, and you get over that being stuck, or the frustrations you may have, or the lack of focus. So again, I thank you for joining me. My name is Rachel Kaiser, and I do hope that you've gotten some great tips out of this, and I wish you a fabulous day. Take care. Bye-bye.